Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Whoever watching my video right now, I want to say a big thank you for being part of my life journey. In a previous video, I have covered the topics like the students who compare themselves with other students by their grades, degree and the study. And the second one is lifestyle comparison. So today I want to talk about parents comparison. Have you ever compared your parents with other people's parents? I have seen a lot of students who compare their parents with other student parents. So I want to explain this through the example. For example, one girl parents nurture her well, meets all the requirements, fulfill each and every demand of herself, and treat her like a princess. We all have seen this kind of example in our childhood, right? A lot of parents treat their children like this. If you will score this much, then we'll gift you iPhone or maybe buy a bike for you. It works as a reward. Whenever parents treat their children like this, then what happens is the children set the external expectation, right? For parents, it is like a reward for their children. Up to a certain age, it is a completely okay. But this external expectation and the desire for the materialistic things have no end. And there is a huge difference between the needs and the wants. Needs means you require the things for your life survival. And the want means you want something, desire and the peace. There is no logic behind it, right? So it is like a treat for the children to get something to work out or maybe to accomplishing goals and the milestone, right? So on the other hand, if I will share my own experience, then even so many of you can relate this with me. In my childhood, whenever I had told my grandfather, if I will score this much, then what you would give me the prize? Then my grandfather's reaction was like, we were providing you the best education so that you can be the person who can do each and everything by yourself. At that moment, I failed to realize this and I failed to understand this. But now I realize that, your parents' job is to fulfill your physiological needs such as food, medical, clothing, and the shelter. And in addition to that, give love, time, support, acceptance, and understanding. Furthermore, they give you the right direction and to enforce the rules and regulation, set certain kind of limits and discipline, and being accountable for your behavior and teach you the values. Isn't it? So, as I have told you before, that parents treat their children like this. If we are in a 7th standard, then if you will score 80 to 85%, then we'll buy a smartphone for you. If you are in a 10th standard and you will score 90 to 95%, then we'll buy a laptop for you. If you are in a 12th standard and if you will score 90%, then we'll gift you bike. Then after on a birthdays, Apple Watch and other gift stuff. So this is how materialistic things graph looks like. So as you can see this, instead of focusing on the progress, and they will have to set their own standard that what they want to focus more on that progress, and they are focusing on this all little tiny milestone of the materialistic things. And on the other hand, I will show you the second graph. If parents teach them that how to observe one particular situation and particular problem, then what is the benefits? What are the benefits of it? How to build the self-confidence? how to believe in yourself, so that whatever you want to accomplish from your life, that you can easily do that things. How to use your creativity at your work, and how to install the habits. So you can see this, that there is a huge difference between the both graphs. Remember one thing in life, that whenever your parents do a hard things with you, right, so they want to make you stronger physically, mentally and emotionally, right? It's also about how you see one situation with a different perspective. Whenever something bad happens, then what do we do is we see one situation or problem with our eyes only. We never try to see one particular situation or problem with a different eyes or with a different perspective, isn't it? So when you try to see one situation or a problem with a different perspective and try to understand what is a real problem, right, then you will realize that right, this is a real problem, right? No matter what happens with you in your life, all the hard people's difficult times, all the hurts, injuries and wounds make you physically, mentally and emotionally stronger. Our parents also comes from different backgrounds and their cultures, and whichever environment they have grown up, and they have some kind of beliefs about their life, and comes to a point where they follow their own principles and morals, right? So there is nothing wrong in it. If you want to live your life under them, then you will also have to follow their own principles and morals. In some cases this happens, right? I'm not telling that every parents do the same kind of thing, but in some cases this happen. We all have seen this, right? Here's a very important message I want to convey, that there is no comparison between the parents that we do by seeing other people's parents, right? Because each parent's nurturing and upbringing style is totally different. In 1960, one of the greatest psychologists, Diana Baumrind, conducted one research on 100 preschool children. And what she used is naturalistic observation. What is a naturalistic observation? In that, what researchers do is researchers take one subject and they observe their subject in a real environment, right? So that's what naturalistic observation. And she used naturalistic observation, parental interviews and different research methodologies, and she identified that there are the 4 different categories of the parenting style. So each parent has different parenting style, and there is no comparison in between, right? And our parents want to teach us the same thing but in a different way. So it is not your parents' job to make you a masterpiece, but it is your job to make you a masterpiece. Your parents fulfill your physiological needs, provide you the support that you require, and even whenever you are lost in your journey, they will guide you throughout your journey. But it is not your parents' job to make you a perfect being or to make you a masterpiece, right? It is only your job to make you a better human, to make you a masterpiece. So this is a really important message I want to convey, that there is no comparison in between the parents. And whenever you next time you compare your parents with other people's parents, then please don't do that. Actually, there is no comparison between the parents. As I told you before, that different parents have a different parenting and upbringing style. There is no comparison in between, right? So thank you guys for watching my video. If you like my content, then please do like it. And my content is related to your life experiences, then please do comment. And if my content is worthy to you, then subscribe my channel. And once again, thank you from bottom of my heart.